The work that I'm presented in the APT9 is called the World Asian Unreal Estate Project. Is ironic poetry of how we live today. This work actually inspired by the way we live in, especially in my country or in another developing country. But what I want to portray is actually about how actually our living space, our very personal and small living space, actually this becoming like a small portrait of what actually happened beyond that. Like it's how the nation became, like how the social, politic, economy, how we perceive about ourselves as a nation. But it can be seen through our how we live into the space. Each of the room is actually tell a different kind of story about how we live in there. It's kind of like portraying about all the problem that actually happen in the nation, but I show that problem into like small maquette, small things without a figure. So actually what I expected is when the audience come to see, they can like imagine themselves living into that small space. I always love, objects, small things, something that like a miniature. That's always my fascination since I was a child. So, because for me, this kind of thing is like really tiny. It's kind of like a fragile, but somehow it can be so powerful to send the message because people will like, in the beginning, people will feel so gigantic when you see, but actually they can like put it themselves into that small things. Yeah. One side is a house facade, like a window, and then the other side was like a prison, and then the other side was like a brick of wall. So the idea was like kind of like a playing in a kind of like ironic way of how you see and how you perceive about your life. So basically, the room is the same, but when your perception about how do you live is like a house or is like a prison, it's kind of like a metaphor of how you see your freedom as a human being also. Yeah. So I play with this kind of perception. So people can play and then they can like, yeah, where they gonna think they fit most in that situation. Because I try to put like both sides of the story. Like, I mean, some of the room as playful, looks like a normal house, but also some other room is actually, it's kind of like very tragic and like something bad happened there. But what can I say? It's like the reality that we will face in this world. It's just a matter of how we perceive about that.